mom said there are 3 things I should always remember.
Fluency is the ability to read with appropriate speed, accuracy, phrasing, and expression. Good readers read at the same speed at which they speak. They correctly identify and pronounce the words they read. Good readers chunk words into meaningful phrases and use intonation and expression when they read out loud. Fluent reading is necessary for comprehension. Guided, repeated, oral reading helps improve fluency. You'll see a learner and a tutor practice this strategy in 5 different ways: reading to the tutor, duet reading, echo reading, cross-generational reading, recorded reading. You'll now watch a learner and a tutor using the guided, repeated, oral reading strategies of duet reading, in which the tutor and the learner read a text together out loud, and recorded reading, in which a passage is recorded by the tutor and learner to teach a learner how to practice independently to improve her fluency. The tutor demonstrates the process of using a recording of herself reading a passage as an alternative method of duet reading in her absence. The learner practices the process, and the pair talks about how the strategies can help the learner reach her goal to read fluently and with confidence in front of a group. They also demonstrate how recorded reading can document a learner's progress in becoming a more fluent reader in a relatively short time.
When we practiced this one, we did the guided repeated oral reading on this first section. You saw how it helped with your speed.
Yes.
And I wish we could do that for this whole passage, but it's long and you're going to need to practice, I'm sure, before we can meet again. So now that you've seen that you can use this recording, and we're going to get it set up on your phone. Another thing we could do right now to get you started would be for me to record on your phone a passage that you still have to practice.
Okay.
And then when you're at home, you can listen to me read it. You can read it yourself 2 or 3 times, and then listen to me read it again if there's parts on it that are hard for you to get through. Like when you had that word constitutionally up here, it was hard every time. You can just keep playing it and repeating it as many times as you need if you have it at home. And then next time you come to meet with me, we can have you read it to me and see how it sounds. But having my voice to model it for you should be able to help you practice independently on it. Okay? And then I'll show you how to use it to replay certain parts. So I'm going to go ahead and take it from where we left off together, and I'll go down to this point so you can practice that between now and our next session. Okay. So when I say go, you can push record.
Okay.
Go. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Okay, so let's stop it. All right. And then for you, we're going to save it. So just push right there on save. Okay, so it shows that it saved it. And now if we look at the date and the time, that's how you're going to remember which one it is. You're going to remember that it was the 16th. And that it was, I guess, 34 seconds long. Yeah? Okay, so the whole point is when you're reading it,
we balked.
You can
we
read
thought
it.
We could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Okay, so let's stop.
That's how you stop it. Just touch on those 2 lines. So you could be reading along with your finger and listening to me, and then try it yourself 2 or 3 times. And then if you have a hard part that you need to listen to get the pronunciation of a word, you can just repeat that section of the tape.
Okay.
I think that's best we can do until we can meet again and practice it together, but I think it's a great tool to have on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we have that recording on your phone, I want you to practice what you would do at home. You're going to be listening to me read this part of your passage, the long one that you're trying to get ready to do out loud at your meeting. And I want you to just kind of practice how you would do that and show me. So you could either start by trying to read it, or you could start by listening to me first and then reading it. I'd probably try that. I started here on my recording, so let's just start there. So you go ahead. I want you to see how it works. So you're going to push on this last one where the blue, yeah.
Some of these we balked.
Okay.
We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Okay, so let's stop it. Some of these we balked.
You go ahead and see. It'll just keep playing over and over again unless you push those two little lines. Okay. Okay? So you could start it and stop it at any point. Okay? So if there's a particular word or something that you want to hear, you can stop it, push this little line back, and start it again to hear it over and over. Okay?
As some of these we balked, we thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness of our command, we beg of you to be thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the results was nil until we let go absolutely. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now.
Okay. So you could actually read along yourself while mine's playing. My recording could be playing while you're reading to yourself or reading out loud, and it would be just like us doing a duet. Okay? Okay. So when we read that particular time through, when you were reading it out loud, this sentence was difficult for you. Of all of them, I think that was the hardest. So if you were at home by yourself and you wanted to practice that one, we would have you go back onto the recording. And here it is. It's all set up, ready for you. So you would just go ahead and play it.
Thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not.
So it's
With
this one.
all the earnestness at our command, we...
Okay, so you heard that phrase, with all the earnestness at our command. Now, I can push this back a little.
With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be...
Okay, and we can just go right over that same part.
With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now.
So did you see how I was able to repeat this one particular sentence over and over?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to try with you starting here. All right, and so, okay.
Okay, so let's stop it. Some of these we balked. We could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start.
Okay, so that's the one. You're going to listen to it. You're going to repeat the sentence. So you do that.
Okay. So
We'll hear from with.
with all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start.
Very good. So if you wanted to hear it again and practice it again, you can just pull this back a bit.
At our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start.
So you could do it again. So you can do that as many times as you need.
Okay.
So try it one more time.
With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start.
So yeah, that'd be great if you could practice that between now and next week. And you can use it anytime now that you know how to use the little recording device. You can use it anytime, even if you want to practice for reading to your granddaughter, or anything you want to practice. If there's a passage that we're working on together, or something you need to prepare for work or for a meeting, you can use that tool on your own. It's great for independent study.
The goal of all guided, repeated, oral reading strategies is to improve the learner's fluency so they can read aloud with confidence and competence and understand what they read. Recorded reading helps learners practice their fluency skills when they're on their own. Independent practice is an important bridge that helps learners to be able to read anything they wish, anywhere and at any time. It's important to practice each guided, repeated, oral reading strategy by having your learner read the passage out loud at least 3 times. Provide guidance for how to improve fluency by assisting your learner when needed and modeling accurate, well-paced reading with appropriate phrasing and expression. The goal is for your learner to read as fluently as she speaks. You've seen a tutor do quite a bit of talking when explaining a new strategy. During most lessons, you and your learner would be equally talkative.